What are podcast pre-roll, mid-roll, and post-roll ad slots? Imagine listening to your favorite podcast and suddenly hearing an ad right at the start, in the middle, or at the very end. Have you ever wondered how these ads are placed and why? Today, we're going to break down what these different ad slots are and how they fit into podcast monetization. Pre-roll ads are the ones you hear at the very beginning of an episode, usually right after the host says hello. These ads are short, often lasting between 15 to 30 seconds. They are designed to grab your attention early when you're most focused. Because they happen before the main content, they are less likely to be skipped. Advertisers like pre-roll ads because they get quick exposure, and they tend to be more affordable for sponsors. For podcast creators, these ads are a good way to start earning money without interrupting the flow of the episode too much. Mid-roll ads come during the middle of the episode. These are placed at natural pauses or points where listeners are most engaged, like before a story reaches a climax or during an interview. Mid-roll ads are usually longer, lasting about 30 seconds to a minute or more. Because listeners are deeply involved in the content, these ads tend to perform better in terms of engagement and conversions. They are also more expensive for advertisers because of their effectiveness. For creators, mid-roll slots are a prime opportunity to earn more revenue, especially if the episode has high listener engagement. Post-roll ads are placed at the very end of the episode, after the main content is finished. These ads are often shorter, around 15 seconds, and are aimed at listeners who stay until the very end. While they might not get as much attention as mid-roll ads, they are still useful for reinforcing messages or calls to action. Post-roll ads tend to be more affordable and are good for encouraging listeners to visit a website, use a promo code, or subscribe. They work well for building loyalty among dedicated listeners who stick around until the end. Knowing where these ad slots are helps both podcast hosts and advertisers make smarter choices. Pre-roll ads offer quick exposure and are budget-friendly. Mid-roll ads maximize listener engagement and are ideal for detailed messages. Post-roll ads target loyal listeners and are great for calls to action. Hosts can choose to read these ads themselves or use pre-recorded messages that are inserted automatically. In the end, each ad slot has its own strengths and trade-offs. Understanding these differences helps creators and sponsors plan their monetization strategies better. Whether it's quick brand awareness, high engagement, or loyalty building, knowing where to place ads makes a big difference in how well they perform.